Hi Leo, welcome to your daily love reading. My name is Pretty and I'll be doing your love reading today. So before we begin with your love reading, Leo, please do remember to take what resonates and to leave behind whatever does not. Okay, so let's begin with your love reading, Leo. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Pentacles, and this is Earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. So this is an energy of collaboration, working together, building something, but focusing on the foundation, focusing on the things that make the connection solid. Okay, so let's see. We have the Lovers, Gemini energy. We have the Six of Pentacles, Earth energy, and we have the Page of Wands, fire energy. Okay, so yes, there is definitely an energy here of a strong connection that's mutually felt. With the Six of Pentacles, someone wants to be practical with how they approach this, almost like they've been hurt before. So they don't want to rush in. They really are trying to build the right foundation. But this person is excited. On the inside, they really just want to move forward. But at the same time, they're cautiously optimistic is what we're seeing here. They're excited about this connection because with the Lovers, they feel like they've met their person. But they don't want to get carried away. It's like this person has really been hurt before. Like they've had instances where they thought someone was, the one and it didn't work out. So they're being careful. Instead of they're not going above and beyond. Instead, it looks like they're just reciprocating somewhat at this point because they're trying to make sure that you guys are the perfect match, because to them they feel like you guys could be. Let's clarify these cards, Leo. Okay, we have the Page of Pentacles, and this is Earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. This could be a new person or someone who feels like this connection is still at its beginning stages. Like there's a feeling of really trying to be thoughtful, like practical with how they approach this. Like it's still at that point where things can go either way. Let's see. We have the Temperance, Sagittarius energy, the King of Cups, water energy, and the Nine of Wands, fire energy. Yeah, they're controlling themselves. They're controlling their emotions. They're being disciplined and temperate. They really just don't want to get carried away, but their feelings are really starting to develop here. But this is someone who's very guarded. They've really been hurt before, so they're protecting their hearts. They're trying not to go too much to extremes. Okay, so I'm going to pull out... Yeah, this is someone who's playing it safe with you. Let's pull out an oracle card for you, Leo. Okay, we have meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces, and hold your vision, fixed moon. Yeah, this is someone who's really trying to be careful. Let's see. We have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life, and reconciliation. It's something from their past that they're still kind of holding on to. So this person, they're not fully healed. That's why we're seeing a person who's very guarded. They still carry some pain from the past. They could have been in a codependent relationship and they're afraid of that happening again. They're very adamant on not wanting to repeat past mistakes. So let's see. We have dignity. A wise man has dignity without pride. A fool has pride without dignity. Okay, so I'm gonna... Yeah, this person really is trying to protect themselves and their self-respect. I'm gonna pull out a card for your advice. Okay, we have surrender your attachment to results. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen. Then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. Okay, so being patient, going with the flow. You don't even have to go with the flow, but there's something here about taking your time with this connection. It looks like whoever you're dealing with is also doing that. So I'm going to pull out a message from the person on your mind. How do they feel about you? What do they want you to know? And what do they want to say to you? So let's start with Aries. If you're dealing with an Aries, how do they feel about you? You came closer than anyone, and I look for you everywhere. Okay, so the Aries does feel a strong connection. The Aries feels like you do have the potential, the capability to break down their walls. They are already starting to become a little bit obsessed with you. Like they always thinking about you, keeping tabs on you, especially if it's a new Aries. Okay, but if it's someone who you've known for a while now, they do feel like you see into them, like you get them in a way that no one else does. If you're dealing with a Taurus, how do they feel? I hide behind material things and I want to feel that way again. Okay, so the Taurus is definitely, again, self-protective. They have a bit of a guard up or a wall up. But there's been a time or moments where you've kind of gotten inside of their heart, like you've made them feel things that they don't normally feel, and they do want to feel that again. They do want to be able to relax and lower their guard with you. If you're dealing with a Gemini, how do they feel? We both know I'm not the one for you and I love you. So they have complicated feelings towards you. A part of them feels like you guys are not a match, but their heart is with you. Like they feel like they really do love you. So yeah, this could just be their defense mechanism, their coping mechanism. Okay, so if you're dealing with Cancer, how do they feel? I feel you even though we are apart, and I wonder if you're happy without me. Okay, so yeah, there is a Cancer who is very attracted to you, but they wonder if you, like they feel like you guys are distant from each other. So this could be a past person because they are feeling your energy very strongly. But at the same time, there's a lack of clarity. They wonder if you care or if you feel it too. If you're dealing with a Leo, how do they feel? I wonder if you're happy without me. The timing just wasn't right for us. Okay, so they weren't ready in the past. They feel like you caught them at a bad time. If you're dealing with a Virgo, how do they feel? I knew exactly what I was doing and I wish I could share my good news with you. Okay, so there is a Virgo who, again, they are in a better position right now. In the past, they weren't. So they may have tried to, almost like they didn't want you to know that they weren't in like ready. So they may have tried to play games to keep you interested. And now they are in a better position. Okay, so let's see. If you're dealing with a Libra, how do they feel? I wish I had treated you better and I'm not available. Okay, so the Libra, it's not that they don't want to treat you better. They do wish they could, but they're genuinely not emotionally available. Like they don't have the capacity. Okay, so if you're dealing with a Scorpio, how do they feel? I want to be more than friends and I replay our conversations over and over. Okay, so the Scorpio wants more from this connection. They want to grow this with you. They want to build a strong bond with you. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, how do they feel? We need to let each other go, and I don't react when people mention you. They're trying to detach. They're actually trying to force themselves to do it because it's kind of hard for them. But they feel like you guys are not right for each other. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, how do they feel? I look for you everywhere. Okay, so they're keeping tabs on you. If you're dealing with a Aquarius, how do they feel? It was my fault, but I blamed you. Okay, so there is something that they tried to gaslight you on. They could have made you feel like everything was your fault. They blamed everything on you, but they actually know the truth. They purposefully tried to make you feel like it was all your fault. And now they don't react when people mention you. Okay, so let's see if you're dealing with a Pisces. How do they feel? I'm starting to understand our connection, and just being near you is intoxicating. So the Pisces is actually realizing how much you mean to them. So that's what I'm seeing for you, Leo. I hope you have a really, really good day, Leo. Bye, Leo.